looking at page 25 vocabulary, and they have introduced us to the preposition, which we'll go over in a moment. But first, they've supplied us with a few nouns. Our first noun is oppidum, oppidi. Oppidum, oppidi has the genitive or the nominative singular of and the genitive singular of e. Genitive singular tells us what declension we're in. So with the long I, we know that we are second declension. But looking back to the nominative singular ending of this tells us that that is a neuter noun of the second declension. We have, if you drop the genitive singular, you get the stem of oppid. Down here we've broken it into its syllables. 3-syllable words starting at the end, going back one. Is it long? It's not. So our accent goes here. So oppidum and oppidi. This is the word town, and town, as we discussed already, is second declension neuter. It is also a noun found on page 25. So next up, we are given two similar words. We have gullia and gullii. We also have gullus and gulli. So the differences we can see right here is that our first word has the ending of a and I for our nominative and genitive. So I identifies this as a first declension word. And down here we have us and e. E identifies this as second declension, and us identifies it as masculine. So we have a first declension and a second declension word. Dropping the endings of AE, you have the stem up here of GALLI, and down here dropping the ending you see GALL. So that's important to remember when you're translating because they're very similar stems. You're going to come across it and have to remember that the I is on the first word. So let's see what these words mean. So the first word with the I at the end of the stem is Gaul, the place of Gaul. And the second word is a Gaul. So this is the person who comes from Gaul or lives in Gaul. So the first declension feminine word Gaul, and then we have the second declension masculine a Gaul. Now let's look for a pattern here in our next two words. Here we have Rama, Ramai, and then Romanus and Romani. So Rama, Ramai has the ending of I, identifying the I, identifying it as a first declension word. And now we have Romanus and Romani, the us, e identifying it as second declension, and us identifying it as masculine. We've broken them into their syllables. This one 2-syllable, having the accent on the first of the two. And this one a 3-syllable word, starting at the end, going back one, asking is it long? It is. So our accent is on the ma for Romanus. Now when we flip these two over, we see much like Gaul and a Gaul, we have Rome and a Roman. So again, the place being first declension and feminine, and the person being second declension and masculine. That's just one way that I can remember easier when I'm trying to remember the vocabulary, that the place is first and the person is second when we're talking declensions. Hopefully that helps you too. Now next we have our first preposition. And the first preposition they give us is propter. So propter, having a two syllables, so the accent going on the first of the two. Flipping it over, we see we've identified it as a preposition, and it means on the account of, or on account of. And when we use this preposition, it tells us that we're going to be using it with the accusative. So that means whatever the object of the preposition in the sentence is, will be put into the accusative case. This is also found on page 25. Over here we have the word cum, and cum is translated to with. being identified as a preposition with the ablative. That means the object of the preposition for the word cum will be ablative. Also found on 25. Next up, we have the preposition of past. So past being translated to after or behind, noted as a preposition with the accusative on page 25. And lastly, the word in. And in is translated to in or on, and this is a preposition with the ablative. So when you're remembering whether they're with the accusative or the ablative, it really is going to be memory for a while. And I'm going to give you a little trick that I do. So we have in and cum, or cum, were both ablative, but here's my little trick. We see on account of and after or behind are accusative. Both of these are P words. As you see, the other starts with an I and a C, but we're going to look at just the P words. And a little thing that helps me is I think post and propter, both P words, are both accusative, AC. So post and propter are part of a pack. So post, propter, accusative, part of a pack. Hopefully that helps you as you navigate through your new prepositions.